it always ends up being okay, what do you need to do to be a total, complete professional musician? So that brings us to number four. What would you move on to next?
Well, scales.
Scales.
you know, I happen to love scales. I know that many of us don't. If only I could infuse my students with that same love. You know, because literally it's a language. We would never allow a student to pass English if they only knew maybe 20 of the 26 or so letters, 24 letters, 26 letters of the alphabet. uh, you got to have them all. And with scales, again, try to memorize them, and again, approach them from all sorts of directions, all sorts of variances. You got 16 patterns in the arbor. That's a great start. Bill Bell scales, wonderful approach. Again, the main thing is to do it, and if you need variation, there's plenty of it. But just get a little bit every day of scales. I don't know, there's just so many varying patterns. Let's see. One thing I do like to do, just to save a little bit of time, is I'll sometimes I'll interweave scales. So maybe instead of I might go up in one scale, come down in another, up in another. Just as an example. And so forth, and just different patterns, half steps, fifths, fourths, that kind of thing. But in all my warm ups, there's invariably, and I'll say one other thing. Let's not forget the mother scale, the chromatic scale.
Mm.
I really feel that the chromatic scale should be the first scale that everybody learns. Typically, it's probably the B flat major scale because most of us start on B flat tuba. But if you learn the chromatic scale, you've got all your notes,
Right.
and then B naturals and E naturals and F sharps aren't so mystical and like, well, what is that? So I really like doing chromatics. So you can do it the same way. And so forth. But just again, pianists typically the very first thing you hear them play is chromatics and scales, just going up and down the keyboard, just getting a lay of the land. So with the and the chromatic scale, if you only play one scale, I tell you that's the scale I would work on.